Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mike. We got Peel and we got John. Today's episode, Thinking Game Podcast, I think 134. Say life is a thinking game. Play to win. Don't play to lose, man. Think before you make a move. So, man, how'd y'all week go this week before we get into the warm-up topic, man?
I'm still here. I'm still strong.
Well, you sound like Mississippi Mass Choir. I'm still here. How your week go, Peel?
Boy, them days going by, man.
It's cold too, boy. Man, it's cold, getting cold out there.
I
Especially in the
see,
mornings.
I see you out there with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I told you, man. I got trained out. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
What the?
Them deals ain't doing nothing for me, man. I gotta go.
Do we still got them guns? Do we still got them guns?
I can't confirm or deny what's. No, he actually. I thought he was taller than that though, but I know he had.
Nah, it's camera angles, yeah. That makes Shawn Michaels like he was tall. Do you see real like man, this dude?
They took a couple of the Hulkster's vertebrae.
Yeah. I'm about to say yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it was like three.
You can do that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
he kept doing that leg drop, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Landing on his tailbone every night.
All that way, because he was more heavier up top, too. Yeah, like what? Top was what? Almost 200 pounds dropping on the bottom of your vertebrae every time.
Man. You didn't see that picture? Me and him look about the same size, man.
Yeah, I see. Look at my boy. That's what I mean.
Boy.
Hey.
Man, that's funny.
We'll attach some of them to the slideshow.
Boy. All right, guys, we're going to go over the warm-up topic, man. Laugh a little bit. And what you think? Who is more relatable? Prince or Michael Jackson? The closest to it as you can get. Close to relatable as you can get.
What are you talking about?
Two of the most X-Files.
Michael, what? Hands down.
I'm going to probably go Prince. I'm going to go Prince.
More relatable. I mean, Mike was maybe more successful, had more songs, more music, but Mike did stuff like kind of we wanted to do. Like, do you want to have an amusement park in your backyard? Yeah, I'm going to build my house like that. Do I want a monkey? You know what I mean? Yeah, I want a monkey. You know what I mean?
You want to look like Captain Crunch? So you want to look like Captain Crunch and get one of them shirts if we can find it. Good luck.
Exactly. I want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like anything you can think of as a child, Michael Jackson had it. You know what
Who
I mean?
had the one glove? You knew somebody that only had one glove? You knew somebody that only had that?
Who wanted one? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, somebody got on the Usher glove. Somebody probably got on the Usher glove, one glove. Got on Michael Jackson glove.
But so any child could relate to Michael Jackson. He just grew up to do all the things that a child had in their imagination. So I say relatable Michael Jackson. Like
I'm gonna go Prince. Prince more
relatable. Like I mean the stuff he wears. He was always like a cool kid, a mysterious guy. I can't relate to anything Prince got going on. Now, do I like Prince? I admire Prince. Prince is super talented. I can't relate to that. You know what I mean?
I think I relate to the selling dreams part. He was out there selling dreams, bro. Dude was out there selling
Prince
dreams.
Was not selling dreams. Prince
yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Prince sold you.
He showed Sheila E. a dream, bro. He showed Sheila E. a dream, bro.
What he sold her was real. You know what I mean?
Now she woke up now because she ain't to say she woke up. She didn't get done out that dream. Trent, you know what Prince said to her? And sent her back home.
She was a good drummer, but
man, she left her father. Said, Dad, I want to go on the road with Prince. Man, there's no way if I'm a dad. Like, do you want me to kill Prince right now? Do you want me to go ahead and kill him right now?
Prince, Prince was Jehovah's Witness, so he was backed in faith.
That's what make it even more intriguing. Do the Jehovah's Witness wearing ice skater shirt. He went against the whole principles of Jehovah's Witness, didn't he? You're not supposed to be flashy, right? As a Jehovah's Witness?
Well, they didn't say not to be flashy, but
I guess Prince had different rules. Just like he got different rules.
Of course, Prince had. You can see he lived the way his life. But Prince was
I
strange
think
because
I think
he
our
was
uncles
very
and dads used to dress like Prince back in the day, though. I can see that back in
everybody.
the
I mean,
80s, 70s, and 80s. Yeah, the androgynous stuff. Yeah.
people used to dress like Michael Jackson, full leather suits in the summertime. You
Man,
know what I
who
mean?
dressed like Michael Jackson? You couldn't even find half of that stuff.
Boy, you tripping.
You did? You dressed like Michael Jackson, Phil?
What?
Not me, you know, of course,
I
but
definitely had
I
it. Definitely had
somebody
it.
at school had that red jacket. You know what I mean?
No, I never had
I
that
always
red. But
wanted.
you'll get roasted at dumb boy coming.
No, well, I mean, like, well, in
Michael was
elementary,
You was
Yeah, I
elementary.
was elementary. Okay, yeah.
yeah, but like Prince was a weird, like selling dreams. Of course, like he was very feminine, but he was very masculine at the same time. He had the chest
Yeah,
hair.
that's the crazy part. He was feminine, but the girls, man, they just went crazy. Was it because he's small? If he was tall, you couldn't do that, right? If he was like 6'4", 6'5", he couldn't pull it off.
I
Maybe
mean,
because he was 5'2",
had
he could pull it off.
he had the secret recipe of
No, I'm gonna say if
balance.
you tall and try that, it won't look right. If you like 6'5",
I mean-
trying to pull that off, you're gonna look crazy. But when you 5'2", you know what I'm saying?
But he wore heel, he wore purple heels.
Because he was small, dude. Yeah, he could pull it off.
I guess Drake trying to follow the same recipe. You know?
He said Drake. Hey, Drake got them hits though. He got them hits like Prince though. He making
Exactly,
money.
but
He
I
definitely got
guess
them
he
hits.
would look weird because Drake is a little bit taller. But you know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I can't relate. I mean, men respected Prince. You know what I mean? Women loved him.
Because he had the girl. That's why I do respect him. Because he's like, man, a lot of dudes can't even pull that off. Yeah, you're right. I think Michael Jackson probably
No, I mean,
more relatable.
I don't really think
They
nobody.
both X-Files.
I mean,
They
I don't
both
think-
weird in their own right. They both weird in their own right. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
Yeah.
And but my wife, she been watching it on Amazon too. It's so funny. She been watching. Was it This Is It? The last one he made or something?
This is
And I was like, you know how corny this is? He just recording his rehearsals. Can you imagine you that good, so good that you can make money off recording your rehearsals, man? That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he was extraordinary. His talent. I mean, just. To
But
be
by that
around-
time, though, he wasn't the same. He wasn't like this Michael Jackson on here. He was like Jamie Foxx was saying, like Michael Jackson, that kind of fell off, man. You know, seen him doing the moonwalk. He like had some gum on the bottom of his shoe, man. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think ever
His moves weren't coming out. Seems like his moves weren't coming out the same, man.
music in a different way. You know what I mean?
And then you know Michael Jackson got over, he was trying to dance and still trying to flex, and then Usher came out and started sliding, and he tried to catch up with him at the music awards or something. Like, hold on, Usher, you can't come out here and do me like that, man.
You know, if Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones and all those guys can perform, Foreigner can perform at 70 and 80 years old, you know what I mean? We got Cher trying to turn back time, still touring, and she got to
Hey,
be
when,
like, what,
when you got
80,
that kind of
90?
money, when you got that kind of money, you can turn back time. I mean, she got more plastic than a Barbie doll, man. She probably she ain't got a wrinkle, man. Like, how in the world you pull that off, man? You know what I'm
When
saying?
you see plastic surgery done right, I mean,
Man,
She
her
makes-
plastic surgeon is probably one of the richest surgeons in the world. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And he
I mean,
probably only operate on her. He probably only operate on her. That's what's crazy.
I mean, because like a lot of people get plastic surgery and they look the same. They won't
Yeah.
see lips. So there's like she still look like her, very unique.
I would love to see how he does the surgery, just the technique, man, because that's crazy. I mean, man. I mean, you see her face, it's not a wrinkle. She got to be 80, 90, something like, that's crazy, man. Like, they probably ain't got her embalmer. They don't even got her embalmer when she dies. It's just because she got so much plastic, man. It's like, we ain't got to do it.
I mean, that's crazy. Like to see old film and like, oh, is that the 70s? Hey, man, I think that's the 60s or the 50s.
Yeah.
And then she still performed.
She's 78.
78? Golly.
My mama's 77.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
and it's the
that's
difference.
crazy. Yeah, it's a
But
total
if you
difference.
telling me Michael Jackson can't perform,
No, he just won't be the
perform
same.
at 50, and she can still perform at 70.
No, I'm not saying he can't perform. He's just not the same as when he was younger. Like, he probably was running a 4.2. He probably running like a 4.6 now. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a decline.
I would prefer 30 or 25-year-old Mike versus 10-year-old Mike. I don't like the Jackson 5 Mike.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The 25, 30-year-old Mike still moved different than the 50-year-old Mike on This Is It. It was a difference. That's what I'm saying. The ankles ain't the same. They don't have the same kind of strength that he had when he was in his 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? When he was busting out them little circles, dancing in circles and stuff. When he got older, man, he kind of only did a couple steps. And you're like, man, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But we'll move on, man. All right, guys. Let us know what you think. Are pro athletes food in this economy now? Because everybody's saying the money low. So what's the low-hanging fruit? It said Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Bobby Portis experienced home break-ins. So are they food on the menu? Are they going to start becoming food when people really start getting down and low in them big cities? What y'all think?
You know what happened to Sean Taylor years back. You know what I mean? People kind of know you. You know what I mean? Things like that. You don't know. Breaking in your house. I mean, he died.
And then the kids that did it, he was helping them, right? He reached back in the community to help those kids, right? I think that's the kids that killed him. Like, he actually was helping them and mentoring them, and them ones that killed them, you know?
Yeah,
that's what make it hard.
And that's the same thing that happened kind of with Cam Newton. He was at a camp. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He was attacked.
Man.
You know what I mean?
They must didn't know Cam Newton like Captain America, though, man. He ain't fit. Good luck.
He was definitely greasy on that one, man. So.
But man, you gotta be careful. I know when you're a pro athlete though, it's hard to really monitor who go in and out your house because they got so many cleaners and stuff like that and personal maids and stuff like that. And now, you know, people coming, they was saying on YouTube that allegedly like it's a theft ring like in Brazil.
Yeah.
You hear about that? They'll fly the dudes in. They'll go do the break-in, and then they fly back. So when they do the investigation, the dude's not even here. You know what I'm saying? So
out-of-town shooters.
Mm-hmm. And they showed them breaking into the house. They was walking around, looking around, seeing what the land looked like. Then they showed them like they picked a certain door to go in and knock that mug in, and boy, it's a wrap.
That's like when you break in like celebrity homes like that. Yeah. It's definitely inside. I don't care what.
Oh yeah, 100%. Most of the time, even for regular people, you know, most of the time, not all the time, but I say 2% of it's random. Probably 98% of it. Sometimes it's people that come in your house that know your house. You know what I'm saying? And that's why in the hood, your parents. I know my parents did. You just didn't have a lot of people coming over your house. You know what I'm saying? For that very reason.
You thought, hey, well, you just don't want me to have friends, but people be plotting against you on the low level.
For real.
And another thing about being a professional athlete, everybody knows your work schedule.
They do. Yes. Everybody. Because I think they did Pat Mahomes. It was on Monday Night Football while he was doing a Monday Night Football game. They just went in there and ransacked him. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to be there all day. They know, you know what I mean? Hopefully your wife goes to every one of your games because you don't want her and your kids home alone, you know what I mean? Even with security, you know what I mean? They know you're a millionaire, you know what I mean? Yeah. They know your contracts. They know when you they see on ESPN when you get a raise or a bonus. Mm-hmm. You know, they know what cars you drive, and they know where your home is. You know what I mean? So, and they know
taking strangers home like girls. You think every girl's good? Every girl not good. Taking girls home. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful about that, man. But some dudes think every girl's good. They think all girls are good. It's like, man, some women out here, boy, they'll get you, man. They know how to play the game.
Professionals, you know what I mean? You know, you pay her to do a job at your house.
Yeah.
She remembers what she sees. She's looking at the code that you typed in.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, you know, he's got a safe, and the password to the safe is 90210. You know what I mean? Right. And I saw, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? 100 grand in jewelry, actually 100 grand in cash. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to look the other way when you can just, like, one night of work, you can just have what took somebody 10 years to make.
Yeah, have you ever seen somebody, because I think most of us didn't lived in the project some point in our life, but the process of somebody becoming food in the projects, like you see a person, they start getting too much nice stuff, and then you start seeing the wolves come out, like, oh yeah, they got a big screen, they getting all this, And you just see the build up of it. Like, man, they don't realize they finna come on the menu, man. They just came on the menu, man.
They see, Christmas time, you know what I mean? They
Boy.
see the boxes of the, you know what I mean? Make sure you take your stuff to the dumpster, earlier or later. Take it all the way to the dumpster. Don't just wait till the daytime to take
Boy.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watch who come in your house. You know what I mean? Ooh, they got a.
And then, dope fiends, they'll be looking. You don't even know. You really have to be aware because they could be looking at you in plain sight, but it's like you're not paying attention, but they looking at you the whole time. So you have to be aware of that kind of stuff too, depending on where you live at. Because, man, it's like dope. It's like kind of like Ezel. He's run down the street, la, 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 la. Hey, Smokey!
Yeah, what you doing?
Yeah, man, they see everything, man. Hey, man, you got a big screen TV? What size is that, man?
They see you like you try to take it in the morning. You know what I mean? They see you loading it in.
Yeah.
Things like that, and they already know what time you go to work because they don't have jobs. They're sitting out
true.
there. You're their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching you is their job. So.
Yeah. What you think, Peel, before we move on to the next slide?
Yeah, I agree, man. Sure.
Yeah.
Like you say, man, everybody food around here nowadays.
Boy, you ain't lying.
Never get too comfortable.
No, you got to be like a vegan. You got to be like vegan food. Don't nobody like vegan food. You don't want to be. You don't want to be the 2 for $6.
Tough enough. You'll eat that too.
Nah, ain't nobody eat no vegan for the time. They want that 2 for $6. They want that Burger King, that 2 for $6.
Guess what? When you steal food, you'll steal whatever stop you from being home.
Man, I ain't never seen nobody steal no vegan food, man.
Well, I mean, in the analogy, of course, that people actually stealing the food.
But when you got vegan stuff, don't nobody want. They want stuff that make money. They don't want something that you can't make money off of. You know what I'm saying?
Well, vegan options are very trendy and profitable. Vegan restaurants.
So most people that buy vegan stuff, they're not gonna buy it for somebody off the street.
Steal
Though.
me some vegan food. Hey, man, you know how expensive that stuff is? Yeah.
But what I'm saying, most people that buy it, they're gonna buy it from the store. They're not gonna buy it off the street.
Shit, if I let somebody come with some vegan food,
the hookup, like, you know what I mean?
All right, that they'll buy receiving.
Like, I'm not going to buy.
That they'll buy receiving.
Man,
they'll buy receiving. Okay.
Boy, stop it. Stop.
Okay. So y'all never seen nobody get hemmed up. Y'all never seen nobody get hemmed up there by receiving.
No,
I done seen that before.
I've seen some people get arrested for it, but they press you to give up the person who gave it to you. 100%. So you gonna take this charge? You gonna give up who you gave them? You know what I mean? Some people don't. And sometimes it's just a little fine or probation, so you take a little charge.
Yeah. A little minor infraction, man. Come on.
Yeah, you take
depending on what like we talked about last time, you get in front of the wrong judge though, the wrong day. The minor infraction.
You plead guilty, you take a misdemeanor, you pay your fine. You don't be up there trying to fight and show out in front of the judge.
Some people crazy, man. I don't know why. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you snitch on somebody because you don't want to pay a fine, take the little theft by receiving. Now you in the hood known as a rat. You didn't snitch on hustle man.
Do that even matter anymore? Is that starting to change now, or is it still? It's like that ain't the same like it used to be.
Well, I mean, depend on what you're doing. I mean,
because it seems like dudes are rat, and they still talk about their glory days in the hood. I thought once you rat, everything is done. You can't talk about that. It's over with.
We're not talking about big rats. We're talking about little rats. Like, you know what I mean?
They still rat. It's still a rat though. Big rat, little rat, medium rat.
We're
still
talking
a rat.
about, man. Well, like we're talking about the woman, the person who snitched on the woman with the food stamps. You know what I mean? Now we can't get food. Now I can't buy food stamps because Stanley over here snitching on a woman because they hemmed them up on the step by receiving. I mean, they said I was gonna do fair time. Now we have not a food. It's a drought on food stamps. Because he snitched. Yeah, we got a problem with Stanley.
Now thinking about
to this day.
Talking about food too, like how many people in our community, like it's people that get over on people on purpose. Like some people they do it accidentally, but it's some people they will get over on you on purpose, like the food stamp card. Sell you an empty food stamp card, and you won't know until you go in there and buy something. They tell you ain't nothing on it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you check it before you.
How do you check it? How do you check it before? You got to call or what?
You can call and they can report the balance right live, you know what I mean, and things like that. But I've seen people going in there.
Oh yeah.
Overestimating how much the food stamp they had 2 baskets of food. You know what I mean?
Boy.
$60 on there.
Boy.
Mhm.
That's one
why
thing you
gotta
know
take
about
them
it.
with you.
That's one thing about living in the hood. You know about somebody always trying to get up on somebody, man. It's just you got to be aware of it, man. It's pretty crazy.
Or giving somebody the wrong code and stuff like
Yeah,
that. I mean,
100%.
it's always
Everything's a hustle. But
it's
yeah,
always
guy,
something.
tell me what you think about this. Pick one: 3 strikes or 35 and ticking.
3 strikes. I ain't because I don't even remember watching 35 and
I
10.
watched 35. 35 and ticking was funny too. Nick West, aka Nick West.
I definitely watched both of them, but 3
Yeah.
strikes, man,
Yeah, 3 strikes.
has too much star power and it's crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a super relatable movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's some crazy stuff.
David Allen Greer, man, he killed that part with the cop, man. He killed that part, that little 32.
Big.
Oh,
3
man.
strikes is very underrated. That's a
Oh,
classic.
yeah,
very,
100%.
very.
35 and ticking underrated, too. 35 and ticking was funny, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like
The way he captured some of the women, like the one that played on Steve Harvey, I can't remember her name, but her and Mike Else was dating. Talking about let me smell you because he thought she was cheating on him, man. It's women that act crazy just like this. She captured that, man.
Oh yeah, it's
And
dead.
Nick West, man, dude from Family Matters, he killed that part. Nick West, man. And everybody was laughing every time he say something. Everybody was laughing.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie like
Oh,
that.
you got to check it out. 35
I
and ticking was
no, I
funny.
said I
Oh.
looked at the picture. I was like, yeah, I watched it, but there ain't nothing that stood out like that.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
But it's hard to put something up against 3 strikes. You can put 3 strikes. I mean, it still holds true to this day.
Yeah, 3 strikes was funny. Like Faison killed it too, man.
You left the little homie on stuck.
Man.
I ain't just
Couldn't he hit him? He said, "Wait, why you do that?" He looked at the camera. Why you do that? Oh man, when David Allen Greer walked up on him, he looked around. He's got a gun. David Allen Greer, dude, that played some awesome role dudes too. He done played in what Tales from the Hood. He was the abusive stepdad, the police officer.
I mean, he don't. Man, David Allen Greer, he really don't miss.
Nah, he don't.
Yeah.
Dude can play anything. He probably can play anything. All right, guys, next slide. Now, this is going to be tough right here. The question is, do women have selective hate when it comes to interracial dating?
It's cool when they do it. You know what I mean? It's a problem with men do it. And I just think that's just the thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with it, but I do have a problem with racism
Yeah,
and supremacy on either side. You know what I
right.
mean?
I think, too.
I'm on one side, of course, myself, but
Yeah.
when you're saying, well, all white women are better than black women, you crazy. All
Right.
white men are better than black men because they come from strong families, and you start factoring in, it's like, oh, generational wealth, and these people go to college and these people don't. A good person is a good person no matter the race.
Yeah.
You found your individual, you found your one, you found your one. It's
What I
not
s-
because they're black or white.
What I see is if it's the dude that work at Target, stalker, dating a white black dude, dating a white one, nobody cares. But if he's a high award-winning actor, Academy Award-winning actor, money, he shouldn't be doing that. He taking resources out the community. It's like selective how they want to, rate it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean?
What you think, Bill?
Yeah, I don't think it's selective as much, but it's
I
just
think
when
it
you
is.
it's just when you try to put the next person down and say, man,
Yeah.
that's the best thing to happen. That's all. But
And I got another take. I'll let Jay go first, but I got another take too. I think there's a lot of times get looked over that they don't want to talk about.
hey,
What you
shout
think,
out-
Jay? Before I hit this take.
No, but like I said first, as long as it's not a superiority thing, talking about you can have your preference without
Yes.
degrading the other.
Right.
If you prefer white women, that's fine, but you don't have to talk about black women to prefer white women. And it's the same thing. You don't have to down talk black men to prefer white men or Mexican men or Asian men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
So
that's my take.
before I get to the hot take, let me write it down before I get to it. One thing people don't realize is when you from the inner city, you don't have a variety, kind of like a donut box. You don't have a variety to choose from. You only have glazed donuts. That's it. A dozen of glazed donuts. You start moving around in different parts out of the inner city into the suburbs or other areas. Now you go from glazed donuts to the pink donuts with the sprinkles on it, the chocolate covered donuts, the cinnamon twist. You got all that kind of stuff. A lot of times people don't realize, like, where you grow up at, sometimes you can't help what you're exposed to. You know what I'm saying? You really can't. Like, we think about like RG3. Dude didn't grow up, in the projects, man. You know what I'm saying? He grew up in a nice neighborhood, so his exposure is a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with food. If you live in the inner city, some food you ain't gonna have access to. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have access to halibut and salmon living in the South Side. You're just not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just
Grocery store
realistic.
got all that, but you don't know what it is.
Man, you crazy, man. That low quality salmon, man. That ditch out the ditch, man. You think Food Giant? Food Giant got high quality salmon? Food Giant?
Wow.
I don't like the smell of seafood.
Salmon's trash anyway.
I'm saying that, but you don't see it a lot in the inner city, though. That's what I'm saying. I understand you think it's trash, but I'm saying the access. It ain't that many white. We went to school in McClellan. What, 2% white people?
But listen,
when we went there?
okay, so that teaches you the rarity sometimes dictates value. So just because there was not a lot of cinnamon rolls in your donut shop, you only get glazed donuts. You devalue glazed donuts because you see them all the time.
I don't think it's the value. I think. Go ahead.
I said sometimes it creates more value. The rarity of the thing creates its value in your head. So you've never been exposed to cinnamon rolls, and then you go out of the neighborhood or you go out of your comfort zone and you see all cinnamon rolls. Oh, cinnamon rolls are the best thing. Now the glazed donuts ain't nothing to you. You look down on glazed donuts because cinnamon rolls are so good the first time you was exposed to them. And that's how sometimes people think other races are once they get outside the inner city, like you were saying. Once you get outside your environment, you see other donuts. Every donut is better than the donuts you saw every day.
Yeah. Then I gotta, before I get to the take, it's a scenario, right? What if a guy grew up and his sample size, let's say the first 5 girls he dated were black, and bad experiences, or it's just he don't have the mindset, right? Sometimes, I'm not saying all black women, but there are a set of black women, set, that everything you talk to them about, I feel like you got to negotiate everything. But then he started going over there talking to the cinnamon rolls, and it's like everything is handed to him. That messes with a lot of dudes' heads too, the culture of how things go. Some dudes that, like, man, if I don't even have to ask for it and it happen, versus I got to negotiate every time, or it's, every time I bring something up, it's always, tension or tug of war. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes people don't realize that they don't want to talk about those kind of things too.
I might get a lot of flack behind this one, but the glazed donuts that I've been around was taught. They was taught to just be a glazed donut. The cinnamon rolls was taught to be, hey man, you know what? You can be a cinnamon twist. You know what, man? You just ain't gotta be one thing. But to cut out to cut it short, some people just some people do it just to be, to survive. Some people they were brought up to be wise. You know what I'm saying?
And like I say, man, like,
but I'm
from a competition level, right? I think some women they don't like the competition that
glazed
comes.
donuts. Glazed donuts, you can't say that.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, right? The glazed donuts don't like the competition from the cinnamon roll, right? They don't like the competition from the cinnamon roll. Like I say, when you dealing with glazed donuts, it's like you want, when a man said, can I get A, B, C, D? It's like you got to negotiate it. No, you're not getting C, you're not getting D. I don't even do E, so I don't even know what you're talking about versus you go over there with the cinnamon rolls and they giving you more than E. They giving you F, G, H, I, J, K. You like, man, what in the world?
What's
Man,
wrong with What's wrong?
you ain't never, your head blown. You like, man, what in the world? I ain't never.
Hey,
You know what I'm
John,
saying?
I'm gonna call that from now on. I'm gonna be like, man, these glazed donuts tripping.
Cinnamon rolls.
These glazed donuts tripping.
Those cinnamon rolls. You got talking cold, man. I was like, talking to
I
cold,
had,
man. You
I had
can't.
glazed
Oh, you
donuts.
said you had a cinnamon roll? I thought you said you had some cinnamon rolls. Like, John, over there with the cinnamon rolls,
No,
boy.
I thought you liked glazed donuts. Well, I like donut holes now. I like donut holes.
Oh, man.
that's little people. You can't talk about
So,
them. But
because one time when I was younger, this one of my crazy days, a girl asked me, what's the difference? It's like there is a night and day difference. No pun intended, but there's a night and day difference, man, between the two, you know. I told her it's kind of like a menu, right? I said, what do you have on your menu? You got to look at it like a restaurant. You know, you go to IHOP, it's the same stuff, you know what I'm saying? You got pancakes, eggs, omelet, breakfast food pretty much. It don't change. I said, but, you know, other side of the menu, they might have all kind of crazy stuff you ain't even heard of, you know. A brunch menu. They did another season change. It's a whole nother menu, but you still got IHOP. You still got IHOP. You know what I'm saying? That make a difference too, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go off the rails. I'm gonna say it's some people not made for some people, just like personality wise. It's just not. You just have to realize that. Because when you really look at them, it's like, you know what? Could he really be with glazed donuts? Probably not. He probably don't have the mindset, you know. It's a different kind of mindset you gotta have, you know, to do that. So he probably more of a cinnamon roll kind of guy, you know, so.
no, but the generalizations are horrible that you were making.
Hey,
With
that's life.
you gotta
That's life.
negotiate things like that. I mean, that's just not true. I mean, it's each one of them.
What's
is,
not true? I said a set though. I didn't say all. I said a
Yeah,
set.
right.
A
A
set.
set of them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And all the cinnamon rolls aren't excited to do their jobs.
No, but the ones the dudes are mean though. The ones that the dudes are mean though. That's what I'm saying. Are.
Yeah, but there's not a surefire way to see, well, these people are dead or these.
So what do you think attracted a guy to a cinnamon roll that's been with glazed donuts most of his life? What do you think?
That's the whole problem right there.
But that's life.
No, no,
That's
no, no,
called
no,
life.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
that's
wait.
called life.
The problem is everybody. If you only been around glazed donuts,
Yeah.
you want something different. Everybody wants something different. Every time a woman goes in the shop or like the mall, I want that dress because it looks different. I want a different hairstyle. I'm 25. I want to do something different. I'm 30. I'm 40. I want to do something different. Different is always shinier. People want to experience.
But there are some people who don't.
And guess what? Don't let the different thing be good one time. You know what I mean? You had 20 glazed donuts. Out of the 20 glazed donuts, 7 were bad. You know what I mean? The rest were good. But you had that one cinnamon roll that one time in 1995. And now you think cinnamon rolls are the best thing ever. But you only had one good one. You know what I mean? Because you only was exposed to one and you had this grand view of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just don't start chasing something different. I've had this all my life. I just want something different. That's very.
But what makes a dude switch? That's the excuse though. But what you think make him do it? That's the excuse they make. But what do you think? What do you think makes them cross over?
Cause I ain't never had that. I want something I ain't never had, and guess what? Let
it's
it be
the skills. It's the skill set, man. I'm telling you, it's the menu. He ain't never had brunch. He ain't never been to Yaya's brunch. He always used to go to IHOP. and you go to Yaya's brunch. Wait a minute.
And
You got
guess
Eggs
what?
Benedict? You got Eggs Benedict? I ain't never had Eggs Benedict before.
And see, guess what? Because you never had it, you think there's something special. It's
That's
just
what I'm trying
half-
to. That's
it's
what I'm
just
trying to
half
tell
cooked
you.
egg. It's just a half cooked egg with
Yes.
holiday sauce. But guess
Yes.
what? You saying you dancing.
I'm
the jig
saying the
stuff.
case
But
study.
guess
What
what?
makes you do crossover? What makes you do say I don't
going
want
to the
glazed
hood.
donuts?
You going to the hood. Guess what I get? I get poached eggs. Look at me. Bro, like,
Nah, a lot of dudes don't go to the hood no more. Once they cross over the cinnamon road, they gone. They ain't in the hood no more. They gone.
but just don't follow something just because it's different or shining. You know what I mean?
And before we get off this, what do you think some of the pros and what do you think some of the things you got to think about if somebody get into interracial dating? Just off top, like what do you think? Some of the things you got to think about that they
Oh,
people don't talk about.
different religions. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
culture. Yeah, sure.
you're a Christian or you're a Baptist or you're a Pentecostal, and she's Mexican and she's a Catholic.
Now
That
you're making a generalization. All Mexicans are not Catholic.
I didn't say. I said she is. Not they are. I didn't say they're. I said you are a Baptist. You are a Pentecostal. You are a I didn't say all black people were Baptists, and I didn't say all Latin Americans.
Because it's some Latin Church of God in Christ in Southwest, man. Pass them all the time.
Yes, but that wouldn't serve the point of having a different religion,
I know.
different
I
race.
just wanted to mess with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ones from Houston. They don't count.
But you
Oh
gotta
man.
consider things like that. You know what I mean? And then their family bonds are a little bit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Some like they may have multiple
Right.
people in the house, or
Yeah.
you might have to like have a dowry, or they might have to pay you for taking their daughter. You might have to pay them. Africans, Muslims, they have
Oh
different
wow. That's true.
have different customs. You just think I got a cinnamon roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
For real.
what you went to college, but what college did you go to? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And
'Cause
then
he went
if
to Baylor.
if you're a white guy trying to date a Delta, do you understand
Right.
fraternities and sororities? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Boy.
So you gotta chop your mullet off and get a fade. You know what I mean? A taper
Or
fade.
you got to understand,
They'll do it for the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Big Sam from the Q's come holler at your girl from the Delta, man. That's my sister, man.
You know what I mean? Why he hugging your girl and he picking her off the ground and spinning her around like,
Man, boy, Big Sam the Q, 350 pounds, all solid, man. Nuck if you buck it. Oh man, all right, man, get out this, man. So funny, boy. All right, this is a question for the kids in the inner city. How does a person increase or improve their capacity to grow? I think I talked about this last night a little bit. I think I did, yeah, when I got out of law school. Thought I'd ask y'all that.
But I mean, it's just a thing about growth or being open minded, accepting sometimes you don't know everything.
Yes.
With you got to be confident but not arrogant. You got to still be self aware enough to be like, hey, I know a lot and I'm growing, but in this growth, it's a vulnerability where I don't know something. I'm searching.
Are there times where you have to be arrogant, or you don't ever have to be arrogant? I was curious about that.
A little bit, well, you have to be sometimes offensively confident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going into some places, but you got to kind of measure your aggressiveness on things. Some
Oh,
things,
100%. Yeah.
because you can't approach some things. Well, I might lose. No, but you got to be like, I'm a win. This is me. I got this.
Yeah, for
You know what
sure.
I mean? And it's kind of hard to taper that down.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What you think, Phil?
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Just cut out all the unnecessary BS, man. That's basically it. Because We'll do that without even knowing it, man.
Yeah, for me, my head,
As Fields, speaking from
yeah,
a business owner, he's doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
yeah,
Sometimes you think, well, I'm the boss and this is my business. I have control of this.
Mm-hmm.
I got complete control. I'm at the top of the top because I'm the CEO.
Yeah.
But he's still saying you can still figure out a way to improve yourself by cutting the fat. You know what I mean? Stop all this unnecessary spending. See the flaws in yourself. What can I do to make my business run smoother? What are my flaws?
Yeah.
right,
What he said. Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
see. I
that's
look
what
at
you
it too, like
what
capacity.
you
Think about
Thanks for
capacity, like
explaining it.
capacity, like different size jars. Like some people have smaller jars, some people have bigger jars, and then it's what you put in those jars in your capacity that helps you grow. And sometimes some things that you had when you was younger that helped you grow, some of the things you got to take out the jar. It don't apply no more from what you did from 20. Now you in your 30s. You have to put new stuff to increase your capacity, or it won't grow. It'll just stay wherever it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Don't
why I
take
think that's something like
don't
that.
take away the basics though. You still gotta keep the basics.
But what I'm saying, the good basics, not the bad basics
so,
though. I'm saying the
so
good
like
basics
just
though.
like you learn how to use a knife, but that knife serves you well, but you need a bigger knife in this
Mm-hmm.
bigger arena. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Your tools change, but the skills you develop
Mm-hmm.
with that small knife, you know what I mean? I
Right.
still have a sentimental value for that knife. I put it in the case. I can't use it no more because
But I'm saying how you use the knife.
you
You will
take those,
improve on that. You won't have the novice level at 30. You've been using it since you was 20. You're
yeah, and
gonna
that's what
increase
you
that
have.
capacity.
And yeah,
Yeah.
and you definitely have a bigger knife. So you kept the skills, you know what I mean, and you moved to a different arena, you know what I mean. Matter of fact, you got different knives for different situations
Right.
because I know I need with these skills. I know I need. I
It's like
learned this in first grade. I got a fillet knife. I got a
right,
butcher's knife. I got a chef's knife.
right.
Now, like when I was younger, I used the same knife
Same knife for
for
everything.
everything.
Everything. Right.
You know what I mean? I still got that knife, don't use it as much, but I know with skill and precision, you know what I mean? I know how to maintain the knives.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I kept what worked, the skills, and I let go what didn't work or was not
Exactly. Or
efficient.
just can be approved. You just update, kind of like Windows updates. You update it and
Yeah.
like with dating, like most guys, I know where I grew up, most guys, your dad's not around, so you have to learn how to talk to girls. So your capacity is really low. And then the more girls you talk to, you kind of learn about, how to be more efficient, and your capacity starts to grow. Now, it might not grow the right way, but as you get older, a lot of guys, they take some of the stuff out that they don't need because you're not trying to be at that, do those things that you did when you was younger. So your capacity changed on how you deal with women. And that's all I'm saying, like, tell these young kids, like, at some point, your capacity has to grow to do better. Or if you leave it the same, it won't grow. You'll be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I
you
mean,
have to.
and another thing too is keeping your eyes open or set on big
Yes.
prizes.
Yes.
Okay. You can't get the girl. Well, you can't get the big deer or the
No.
elephant
You don't
with
have the equipment. Yeah.
with the same gun you killed the rabbit with. You know what
Yes.
I mean? You want better women. You want better money. You want better cars. You know what I mean? You can't use the same slingshot to kill an elephant or kill a rhino that you still killed the rabbit or a frog or a bird with. You got to increase your skill like that.
So,
Your
How do
mentor
you?
gave you a gun, but you
Yeah.
don't know how to use the gun yet. You know
How do
what I mean?
you teach a young kid like if your son? How do you teach him how to understand the different women that's out there that you have to deal
uh,
with?
no,
Is that is there like a difference to
yeah,
y'all? Is there like a difference, or all women the same?
no,
Uh,
it's a big difference.
uh,
It's a big
It's
difference.
like different prey, right? It's like different
No,
prey,
it's
right?
my
it's
son's 7, so I mean, he got
No, I'm talking about when you
be
get to the
a
age, like do you tell them about the different women, like the different kinds of women that you can encounter?
you're gonna
I,
see it, especially
uh,
when being around them. You're gonna see it.
But if you give him insight, he can discern. He can kind of get it, like, okay, this is
That's
what my dad was telling me about. I
yeah.
get it.
I mean, because that's the only way you're gonna learn anyway. You could talk to your face
yep.
blue. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Until you really like. excuse some people, that's how they learn. You
Yeah.
could some people learn just talking to them. Some people gotta learn from experience. Like, oh,
But
okay.
yeah, it's just
But
but you trying to
Dad, she really
minimize.
loved me. She really loved
Yeah.
me. I mean,
But
she
if you could
made me
minimize some of the head bumps, if you
guess
could just
what? Guess what?
minimize two of them things, yeah.
The next
Yeah.
one will or won't as well. Like what? There's no next one. She was my everything.
Because
Well, it's another one coming. You know what I
Yeah.
we're
mean?
gonna talk about that in a couple of slides, yeah. I'll tell
But
you that.
it's just a
But,
thing like that. But you know what I mean? Right now, I'm telling them to treat them like people. You know
right.
what I
Mm.
mean? They're not objects or something you need to get. People are
But
people.
what if they act like objects though? That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's,
People treat people
you
like
failed
people,
them.
or you will end up in jail, or you lose your job.
That's
People
true.
are people. Treat them like people first. People are
I'm
very.
saying you can treat them like people, but there are people that act like objects. How do you deal with those
That's
kind of people? That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, you deal with them like they
change.
are, but you watch what you say in
Right.
different settings. Everybody got a camera. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's true. Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta. You know what I mean? You just can't just be.
Like if
Even
your
though
son
you
met an
can't be
IG model,
physical objects at
how do
the
you talk to
bar.
him about that?
First, see if they got some baby pictures. Uh,
Boy, and that's for real. That's real.
Man, bro.
Man.
they gonna trick you. You know what I'm saying? But like how we grew up and how they growing up now, totally different. Like they have the
But it's
access.
still some principles like, underlying. Like you say, ask for baby pictures, you know what I'm saying?
They different.
Right.
They different.
100%.
Like
Like gold diggers, gold digger in the 80s, gold digger in the 90s, gold digger in the 2000s.
the
Same principle.
2020s is different.
But it's still a gold digger. That's what I'm saying. It's still gold digger though.
But
Just different tactics, but still, you know.
gold diggers now, shit, got more money than you.
You
Oh
said
yeah.
what?
The
That's
gold
true.
diggers now got more money than you.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, it's like
they'll still take your money though. That's the thing. They still will take your
Yeah.
money
I
though.
mean, yeah, a crack. Some people selling drugs. You know what I mean? They'll
Yes.
sell a five. They'll sell a. You know what I mean? They'll sell little drugs, but they'll
Right.
also sell big drugs. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
sell all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 20 Rock, I gotta sell that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I take all your money. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's money. Pennies make dollars.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
know,
you got to get them out into the real world.
but it's like it's bottle girls. You know what I mean? Making more than some nurses. You know what I mean? Depending on what city or state they in or what club they in, some of them making more than strippers. You know what I mean? And they just
Yeah,
bring.
but they probably in that 65% we was talking about last podcast too.
Yeah, man.
That
You
man,
know, 65% out there unprotected, out there playing raw.
but but if they do it right, shit, them hoes can retire in 5 years. Like, man, we gotta wait.
Exactly. I
We gotta
mean,
wait.
and we're talking about like some of I mean, of course, some of them are going to get dirty, using drugs, selling themselves, have OnlyFans and something like that. But I mean, if you can go work 3 hours, wear a little bikini, whatever those bottles girls wear with the little stuff in their hair, bring you drinks, get tips. People tipping $100 and $200 willy nilly
So,
in these big cities, and
mhm.
you know what I mean, they can end up making more money in a year than a software engineer.
But what's left? But what's
Urban
left?
Dream.
Yeah,
As
that's
far as your body, like as far as your soul and attacking your body, what's
No,
left?
no.
It's kind of like a Coke,
No,
a
you're
20-ounce
thinking about
Coke. If everybody take a drink,
prostitution.
if everybody take a drink of the Coke, you can't put the Coke back in there once it's
Guess
drunken
what?
out, right?
You're talking. Your mind is going to prostitution. We're just
No,
talking about.
I'm talking about real life. I'm saying what's left.
Hey,
Period.
we're just talking,
Corporately, whatever.
yeah. But
we're
it's
just
just, know
talking
what
about
I'm
a
saying?
model girl, bartenders making.
Same thing with model girl, man. You put yourself out there.
Hey, people,
What's next?
people,
Rabbit hole.
people can change, Mike.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the thing. People can change, but
Hey,
what don't change is the Coke is halfway gone. That don't
guess
change.
what?
Hey,
Guess what? The
You
blood.
can't
Blood covers
reseal.
all.
You can't reseal a gallon of
Blood
milk.
covers
You can't
all.
reseal. When the
The
seal's
blood.
broken, you can't
Blood.
reseal it.
Blood covers all.
hey,
It does, but it
if,
don't take you from the consequences, though. You know what I
dude,
mean?
look, if they can make $750,000, $1 million in 5 years and be done with it, you know what? Let me go on, settle down, and do this.
If it's worth it,
Yeah,
everybody got a price. Everybody got a price,
If
right?
you got
I
your
did a
pretty,
lot of stuff, and I still don't have,
you know what I'm
$7 million.
saying?
You
And
know what I
think
mean? My soul is dirty. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're
And
100%. Everybody.
but you guess what you're saying if they can take it?
You said
They're
what?
doing the same amount of dirt as we're doing. Us three. Uh,
Yes.
uh,
Know better, do better.
but
Right?
hey,
yeah.
but it's in the real world. You got some that's gonna go to school. You got some that's just gonna go down that path.
But I mean,
But I'm just saying, know what comes with it. Don't go down the path talking
yeah,
about now. I'm dating with a purpose.
we gotta like clear what we're talking about. I'm just talking about is sometimes if you work at a good place, you can be a waitress, not a stripper, not a prostitute, not an OnlyFans person, and you can
Body girl.
make this kind of money. Uh,
Right.
you
And
know,
what I'm saying, even in that, right? If you don't go to school and you just be a waitress, there's only so much Coke in the bottle. A corporate place will take all the Coke out the bottle, replace you with another waiter, and now what?
I mean, you right. A corporate like they'll without like the whole thing we are preaching the skill
Right.
set and growth. You know what I
Right.
mean? Increasing a person's value. That's what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're basically selling your youth and your beauty, and that got expiration.
Man, them boys going to the club just to take them up out of this situation. You know what? You
Rescue
really
people.
ain't got to do
But it's
this.
for temporary though. They sending them right
Hey,
back.
I don't
yeah.
Yeah.
look.
Like a rental car. Do you hold on to a rental car? Do you hold on to it or do you take it back?
Depends. I might hold it an extra few days.
But you still taking it back.
I love this, but guess what? I love this rental car. You know what I mean? It's so
Man, get
many
out of here.
dudes doing,
I ain't never seen nobody do right by a rental car.
but some of these,
I have, but
They
some of these,
drive, man, they be
some of
punching
these
that thing,
users,
man.
some of these users like Diamond. I always make sure you get home every night. These are these guys. That's how they feel about their rental cars, and you know what I mean. And they'll take themselves out of commission and the rental car because
That's
they
until
love.
they drive. He never drove the rental car though. That's the difference.
Now, but when some of these people drive the rental car and their rental car gets resale, they'll want to total the car with themselves in it. And that's not because they was a player or because they didn't want the rental car no more. They wanted the rental car and they didn't want nobody else to have that.
That's true. That's out there too. Yeah.
Because
That's why you have to be careful about who you talking to, who you entertain. Yeah, 100%. Some people are spiteful, man.
you drive that rental car one time, you don't want nobody else to drive it.
yeah.
But guess
Have
what?
you ever went through that before?
What's that?
You drove the rental car and you didn't want nobody else to drive it, or you just like, nah, you know what? It's no different than any other car.
You know
Like,
what?
you ever went through that?
I've been in a situation where I'm going back next week to rent that car again.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I'm at least
I'm going to drive it again just to make sure this is what I saw the first time. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? I may put myself on a schedule like, man, once a month, I'm gonna have to go test drive that rental again, but never when I enjoy something and it's not for me, I don't like nobody else can have it. This for the streets. Like
Boy.
I'm not trying to buy the rental car. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Yeah.
drive it every time I get a chance, but I'm
For
not
sure.
trying to buy it.
Trying to buy it.
I'm not trying to definitely damage the rental car, and I'm not trying to keep somebody else from it. Like sometimes it's a hard day when somebody buy your favorite rental car. It's like, God, man, I used to go on some good rides with that car, and you look scared a little scared, you know what I mean? But you know what that's for the car. You know what I mean?
Damn, I was
Yeah.
trying to make that part of my fleet, man.
What?
Damn.
What's the?
Yeah,
I
you
know,
lose
right?
something.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna always outbid. You know what I mean? You know
Man,
how
you
big
paid that
it
much
is.
for a Capri? It's just a Capri. You try to
They love
rationalize.
that Capri.
Like,
They
man,
love that Capri, you know what I
he
mean?
overpaid for it. I wasn't going
I really like the Caprice, but he loved it. You know what I mean? And you gotta let that one
You
go.
gotta
You
let
know?
it go.
But yeah, but the youth need to understand, man. Enjoy your youth, but sure,
Be
man,
smart, man.
But hey, when you get to that 40, 50, 60, you over that hill, bucko.
Yeah.
So
I
use it
tell them that
wisely.
in a law school class. I tell them, man, y'all better get it done while you're young. If you playing catch up like me at 40, playing catch up, man, it ain't worth it, man.
And you know your health ain't guaranteed.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Every
not.
every year that you're overweight, you're
Mm.
taking years off the back
Yeah,
end.
you going to decline. Yeah, you know,
And
you
you
gonna be
people
putting
like,
your
well, man, no, my people are big boned. My
Mhm.
grandma was big boned. You might be the one in your family that
Yeah.
can't carry that weight. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Your knees and your like this.
Y'all ever watch that? You ever watch 600 Pound Life? Y'all ever watch that?
Nah.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
Hey man,
I just
this is
seen a few
crazy.
little
Hey
pieces, but I don't
man,
just
it
that's
was
disappointing.
it was one man. I think they be trying to make you laugh. It's messed up some of the stuff they show, but it was just one woman that they was going to a doctor's office, but she said they need to pick up a few pieces. Man, they picked up enough pieces that you can have a party with, bro. She like it was like 15 boxes of pieces, man. Her and her husband was eating in the
Not,
car, man. Man,
not
that's crazy. To eat that much pizza at one time is crazy, man.
that's unheard. That's absurd, man. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, this
I
amazing
think
people.
no,
Go ahead.
it's a visualization. Like so, people are addicted to weed or alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see their
Yeah.
lifetime of
Right.
weed abuse or alcohol or
Right.
gambling. But
Right.
when your addiction is food, you can
Yeah.
see the accumulation, how much food you actually consume. You can see it on your body. I can't look at you and say, "Hey, you smoke weed every day for 15
You
years."
actually can. Some people you can. Because they
Well,
got a
no, I mean,
crust on their lip. The crust on their lip that look like cake crust or something. I don't know what it would. Like,
Nah,
yeah.
well,
that
you
ain't
know,
weed.
some people
That
look
ain't
That
like
ain't
weed.
weed.
That ain't weed.
some of them.
That
They
ain't
be smoking
weed.
something, them crack pipe burns. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
And it got too hot.
Boy. Like, put the lighter down, man. God, he trying to get every last crumb out that bug.
That was
Oh,
using
man.
matches.
Man.
That
All
was-
right, man. We moved to the next. That was funny. All right, pick one. New Kids on the Block or Another Bad Creation?
You talking about the right stuff? Oh no.
I'm talking about, oh, I just hanging tough. They still play that. Probably some basketball games or something, like up north or something. They probably still play them songs, man.
New Kids got more hits, but I'm a roll with
New Kids got more hits.
they do got more
Yeah,
hits.
they
They
do.
really do got more hits.
Oh, man. Did
But
Michael
I'm a
Bivins
roll.
produce them? Did Michael Bivins produce New Kids on the Block?
Nah. He,
Okay.
he produced ABC.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah, I
right. You're right.
ABC was a big part of my childhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Aisha, she was the girl that I never had.
Hey,
Yeah, that was a song. They had them hits too.
I
They were
think
the hood hits.
but new Kids on the Block,
They
they
more
had a different
mainstream.
man. They
Yeah.
had a different fan base.
They
boy,
did. They more mainstream. They did.
they
I
was
think
They
they
did.
bought T-shirts,
Man.
dolls, posters. You know what I mean? They made $1 million off posters in the '80s.
man,
Boy.
I think my cousin had she had the blanket.
And
My
we didn't
wife.
have really bootleg people back then. You know what I mean? You had to get that stuff.
Man, you crazy. It's always been bootleg people. Man, you crazy.
Hmm?
Not like we got now. We didn't have T-Move like
No,
back
just
then.
get it off the
We had
train.
Maxwell Smart.
Get it off the train.
But that's before then. Like you
Oh.
gotta
Yeah,
realize
that way
how
Somebody
before
was
you.
flipping tapes. I think you probably could be in the South Side. Somebody flipping tapes, man, recording
Nah,
it on the radio or something.
that was like which one?
What's that? I'm just saying that somebody probably was doing that back then, flipping
oh
tapes.
yeah,
Was
for
like,
sure, for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was most of the like music that we was used to get.
Yeah.
Cousins bring it down. You like, let me
Mm-hmm.
dub that. Let me dub that
Yeah,
real
let me
quick.
dub that. Then you dub it so much it starts slowing down and the quality changes.
Man.
Oh man.
But yeah, new Kids on the Block had a different fan base. That was
They
a cult.
did.
That was a cult for real.
There was. Yeah. That was more mainstream. I think they had more of the machine behind them. I think Another Bad Creation was a hood, was in the inner city, like, just the, community kind of thing. But yeah, they was balling out too. But yeah, not like New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block. Boy, that's a whole nother level, man.
I think Mark and Mark was in there, wasn't
Yeah, Mark
No, his
Wahlberg,
bro-
yeah.
no. It was
He
his
was in it too.
like he was his
he? It was his
older
brother.
brother.
Was it? Oh,
No,
okay.
but no, yeah, my bad. Because Mark was he was around them, but he wasn't in the group.
Yeah, like so
Yeah.
that's how famous that was. Mark
Yeah.
got famous all on that because his brother Donnie was in.
Which one got sued? Was it Mark Wahlberg that got sued? Flex, the song Flex, he had the black woman on there singing, but it was a big girl voice in the background, and she sued him for likeness. Was it Mark Wahlberg?
I don't think it was Mark.
You know what I'm talking about? Come on, let's flex. You know what I'm talking about? Was that Marky Mark? That one?
That was CNC Music Factory.
Oh, CNC, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had the black girl in there like she was singing. She's like, man, that ain't her singing. That's my
It
voice.
wasn't
She sued.
was it CC Peniston?
Yeah, it was CNC Factory. That's what it was, yeah. She was singing too, but she was lip singing, boy, like a mug too.
Dang, I just learned something new. I ain't
Come
know
on,
that.
let's flex. All right, guys, the last one, and we're gonna get out this thing. What are some of the unfairness a young man from the inner city needs to know about when they become an adult? Because I think sometimes I always try to tell young guys this, man, if you want to date, you need to understand that there are some women out here, not all, but some women, that they will put you on child support. And we know how unfair child support can be. So you have to be careful, man. When you out here playing around, you out here rolling the dice. Because ain't no need to complain, and you the gambler, you took the risk. Ain't no need to complain, and you know when the
Is
dice
child
fall.
support unfair?
It depends. Because they were saying that undocumented immigrants can take their kids to the hospital and do all these things and don't have to pay child support, but you don't pay your child support, you going to jail, my friend.
I think a few things could be tweaked, but
Yeah.
especially like you've been taking care of a child and then 7 years
Yeah.
later be like, you ain't did nothing for him. Like, oh,
Yeah.
So so child support can be weaponized.
Right.
And I think that you need to make that differentiation, you make show the difference in that because child support in itself is maybe a good idea. So support of children is a good idea. Support
Right.
your children.
I understand that, sure.
I mean, if the government have to step in,
That's when it get tricky.
you've done something wrong. You either chose
Or you did something wrong, or was it done out of spite? Sometimes it's done out of spite.
because you did something wrong. You did something wrong. You chose the wrong baby mama.
I get it. Yes. 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 Totally agree.
Your first mistake. You told somebody that doesn't have your child in the best interest. You didn't have your child's best interest because you procreated with an idiot.
You was in the 65%. You was in the 65%.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did that.
Anytime you go raw, you're taking a risk. Whether it's having a kid, whether it's getting a disease, or you risk falling in love with a plum nut. It's like a three-way risk.
So you have to, you do that. The first step, you know what I mean, is protection and getting to know your partner. Things like
That
that.
ain't happening, though. It is not happening.
In a position to have somebody use child support as a weapon. Like Peel said, you're taking care of your child. You have constant visitation. You didn't even have to get the court involved. Now your child is 8 or 10. You've been buying diapers. You've been paying for school clothes, buying Jordans. You don't keep those receipts because you're a normal person and you don't think you would ever need. You don't need credit for stuff you do all the time.
Yeah,
But
even if you do.
What? She comes to court, say you have done nothing
It's a
since
gift.
this child been born. And guess what? You on good faith, you don't have any proof you did anything.
Right.
So now you got to back pay child support, and child support has been weaponized against you
Yes.
because you had a baby by the wrong person and then you didn't protect yourself by documenting everything.
Yes.
And that's crazy that you would have to do that, but that's the situation you have put yourself in with a bad baby mama selection.
Yes, 100%. Unfairness, man, is real. You can't change it. It was there before you. Some things you just can't change. It was there before you was even born. But you can think and try not to avoid it as much as you can, some of the unfairness. Like, even dealing with race, man, you know.
It can be changed, but ain't nobody, that's like the low end of the totem pole.
I'm saying, but if you don't try your best to vet women before you lay down with them, that's the best way to avoid it. Instead of just laying down with them just because they, look good in your eyes, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, you can avoid a lot of things sometimes. I had to learn that anyway. you can avoid a lot of things if you really think about what you're doing. Some people think it's automatic. It's like, I just fell in love with it. Like, no, it probably sometimes when you thought, you just ignored it, your thoughts, or you kind of disregarded some of the things, the actions that person was showing you, or you ignored it, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if a woman's like, a little off, a little crazy, she gonna show you the signs.
Well,
It's just up to you if you take it or not.
Sometimes those red flags feel good. They don't
Yeah. But yeah, man, and you just do you want to deal with the red flag? You gotta ask yourself, is it worth the risk? If it is, hey, it is. Working like corporate world, race, you can't change it. It's gonna be there. I don't care what people say. Race is gonna always be around. Race issues, it's gonna always be around. You're not gonna change it. It was there before we got here. It's gonna be here probably after we leave too. It's gonna be there. You just gotta have the capacity to be able to navigate through it and not let it throw you off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. Trying to think of what else unfairness that you have to deal with. Double standards, always double standards. You know what's crazy too? I was just thinking about when you think about unfairness, like there are some people, like if you good at something, let's say for you, Pill, because you cut grass, somebody will ask you, can you cut my grass? But they won't offer you no money. They'll just ask you, can you come cut my grass? Which is really weird in an adult phase, you know what I'm saying? Like they ask you for the service, but they're not offering to pay you. They just think you're supposed to come help me. And that's, good enough. You know what I'm saying? And then if you tell them, nah, I charge $25. Oh man, what you gonna charge for, man? It's messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? People try to play around with what's unfair. They try to move that needle on different things in life. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have your definitions and your what your standards are, because people will sway you in life.
Man, have a heart. My dad died 10 years ago.
For real. For real.
Man, hey Mike, I'm gonna be quiet because I'm gonna get mad.
I'm gonna use myself. I've had a lot of people deal with, because they think I work on computers because I work in IT, and they ask you to do something, but they won't never be like, yeah, man, before you come, man, let me go ahead and shoot you $20 to come over here and work on this for me. No, they'll have you come over there, and then next thing you know, you done worked on 5 different things. They ask you to come over for one thing, and now you're looking at 5 or 6 different things. And then when you leave, they don't even offer. They just like, all right, man, catch you later. You're like, oh, wow, okay.
Didn't even offer you no food or nothing. Like,
I don't want no food. Exactly.
No.
Yeah, I feel you. No hospitality at all.
I won't leave the house for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I won't even answer the phone for. Now, like if you my people, you're my inner circle. I get up and go over there, no problem. But man, you don't know we don't even talk like that. You don't even know me like that.
Exactly.
You don't know my mama first name.
Man.
Like, and you like asking me to come over. You're not even bringing it to me. You want me to look at something over your house on my day off. You know what I mean? I gotta get somebody to watch my son, and you need me to be over there. You know what I mean? At a certain time, yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah. And guess what? That may be unfair, but you know what? That's something I deal with. I can live with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put myself in crazy situations.
But then, like, if I need you to do something, like, you know what I mean? Like, what do I need? You know what I mean? Well, you need a new hard drive or whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna try to have a hard drive over there when he coming. You know what I mean? I'm not going, man, could you get the hard drive for me too, man? You know what I mean?
Because there are some people, it's funny, man, like when I worked at this small company, they will ask you for help, but they don't realize you have to know some things about what you're doing before I can even help you. Instead of just coming down and say, man, I don't know nothing about none of this, man, just fix it. What am I fixing? You know what I'm saying? You know how many people got computers in their house and they just functional use, they really don't, like, they don't understand what they're doing. They just know that they can just click on it and it work. And then when it break, it's like, so you had it for 10 years and you never learned about what you have. You just been doing it, you know. But it's just kind of how it goes, you know what I'm saying? So even with dealing with women, right? It's double standard stuff. Like some women think, you know, if they call you to come change their tire, that you just supposed to come do that just because, you know, you sat up under them or something. It's like, okay.
That's a red
That's the
flag.
least you can do,
It's
Mike.
always a
Man.
red flag for me because, like, we've been dating 2 weeks and you got a flat tire, and
Yeah.
I'm the first person you decided to call.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got no brothers, cousins, uncles, you ain't got no men in your life that you can call because you burned all those bridges. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
You calling the dude you met in the mall Saturday to kind of come change your tire. Are you crazy?
yeah.
But then when the dude call you to go to the movies, the phone don't even pick up. It goes straight to voicemail. You know what I'm saying? So she only call you when she wants something.
Hey, shout out to that girl that still owed me money from like June to July.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout her out, man.
Then think about when you begin dating. Like I know when we was younger, like if you didn't have a car, man, that would lower your chances, your percentages, your odds. You had to at least have a car, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you gotta have now, but you at least had to have a car. If you had a house or your own apartment, that was a bonus. But you at least had to have a car, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was struggling. Sometimes like, you don't know what, you don't know what you're doing in the trenches. Like when you
Man.
walk around, you dating, but you ain't got
Yeah.
a car. You know what I
Man.
mean? I got picked up by my girl a couple times. You know what I mean? And
Did it
getting
feel
dropped
different? Did it
and
feel
like
different?
late at night. Like
Did it feel different? Did you feel like you had to perform when they pick you up? Did you feel like you had to go for 40 when they pick you up?
I'm going, hey, man, I'm trying to put up 81.
That boy said he had to like Will Chamberlain. He
I'm
trying to get
trying-
50, 20, and 10, man.
You know how it's gotta be when a girl call you or you call her and y'all talking on the phone. It's like, I'm really feeling in the mood for something.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it's like, well, I'll come get you.
Yeah.
And it's late at night, she come pick you up.
Yo.
And then you want this is like you get done, he's like, well, do I have to stay? You know what I mean? But then I need her to get up.
Yeah, you get home, yeah. Now, what if she asks you to do something weird, like, to tickle her feet a certain way? He's like, you ride with her. You don't have no choice now. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that now. I need you to tickle my feet with this feather. I need you to tickle my feet with this feather, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you can't put no... Hey, don't y'all disrespect us homosexuals was out here, man.
But we just talking about the unfair. Like, if a girl come pick you up, it's like, now you got the pressure. You got the pressure to perform.
No, ain't no pressure. I know what I came to do.
Sometimes, but you perform every time. Out of 10 times, you performed every time. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Man, when
Every
you
time.
ain't got no car, you ain't got nothing. What?
Boy, so you out there like a cyborg.
I made all 3 bases home run record time. It's like,
So you never had a malfunction ever?
What?
not on the pickup. You know what I mean? You can't,
Oh, down the pickup, yeah.
you can't. There's no leniency, no nothing. You don't
when you drive, have malfunction. Oh yeah, I'm off today, man. I'm out, man. I'll catch you later. Yeah, you got a company, you drive, you're like, yeah, I'm out, man. It's just bad day today.
When you drive, you can mess up and get kicked out because you won't lose. I underperform when I drive. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Damn. It normally don't happen like this.
Yeah. I guess what my mama needs something. I'm just like, hey, Mike, call me in about 30 minutes. I'm not trying to be there. It's gonna
I was too controlling. Like, I had to drive because that's something pick me up. I gotta listen to stuff I don't want to listen to.
Shit, I already knew what.
Sometimes you don't. Yeah. Mike, you was kicking with women you didn't like. You know what I mean? You don't even want to talk to them. Damn.
The gameplay. You look at the film. What the chart say? It's not about if you like. It's about what are you trying to do. The goal. That's what my capacity was at that time. I don't have to like you.
I told
it's just the goal.
I told you when I finally got a real job and I had to fill out an application, I had to tell the person that was hiring me. I said, "You want me to tell a lie? Or you want me to tell the truth?" It's like, man, gonna tell me the truth. I said, man, I ain't gonna front. I was flat bagging, straight up fucking. He was like, what?
Yeah.
What? I'm no bull, no bull jive. I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was straight up, 4 years straight. 4 years straight. I was like, boy, embarrassed. Like, man, I ain't had number 1 or 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Like, man, hey,
He's like, you was like a Spartan. Like, what is your profession?
Yeah.
what is it? Like, dang, embarrassed like a motherfucker. Like, man, you 20-something years old.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy, man.
But yeah, fellas, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that, man.
Yeah.
Be
Don't be
smart
like
out here,
Johnny
man.
It
Don't
helps
be
you
at
find out what
65%.
it
Cause
helps you find out what your value is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, but it makes you not appreciate stuff. You know what I mean? Because I fumbled a lot of good people that was the bit like the build up type of women. You know what I mean? I don't really like that, but
Yeah.
if somebody willing to pick you up or do this or that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I would have matched that effort when I got my money or stuff together, you know what I mean? You know, could you imagine what that could have been? You know,
Man, yeah.
Why didn't you match the effort? I guess that's the question. Why didn't
I
you
mean,
match
well,
the
I
effort?
didn't have it at first. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about when you got it. Why didn't you match it when you
I
got
was
it?
hunting.
Huh?
I was hunting at this point.
Yeah. I get it. You
I
want to
just
see what
wasn't
you gonna
shit.
say.
I ain't gonna front. I just wasn't shit at the time. I ain't shit.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like I'm like R. Kelly, if I can turn back the hands of time.
If I could turn
For hands of time.
this song, I forgot about this song.
I don't know.
Whoa!
Y'all gonna have me crying.
Oh
Please
man!
no autographs. Please no autographs.
But now he in the jail in the pen singing "I Wish," boy, trying to get up out that thing. I wish. Wish I could get an appeal. I wish that I could get an appeal. Oh,
that freedom tour he gonna have is gonna be crazy. You know what
when
I
he
mean?
get out though, he been in there for a minute. When he get
Man,
out?
that boy ain't getting out to 2050.
I'm about to
I mean, like, bro,
say,
if he get out in 2040, he'll be straight. You know what I
50.
mean?
man,
It
you
said
crazy.
50.
He'll be what, 60-something years old? How
I
old he
mean, bro, like we already talked about Cher in the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. He ain't got to do nothing but get up there and sing in the chair. That's it.
You think people still listen to him though?
Yeah, they
When
do
he get
now.
No, I mean, bro, like the stuff he
Yeah.
writing in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What he gonna write now? Pen play? I don't know what he gonna write now. Pen.
You know, Trapped in the Closet gonna have a different meaning.
Trapped in the cell. Trapped in the cell.
Wow.
Trapped in the shower. He's just all kind of remixing that. Oh man, that's crazy, man. Then Diddy in there, they said he running it. I heard that before we get off here. They said he in there running the jail now, man. They paid everybody off.
But man, jail is different than prison, so you know.
Yeah.
Man, put $1 million on my books, man. I'm gonna buy this whole jail out, man.
And he could.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, if they'll let him do it, they probably won't let you put that much money on your books, though. They'd be like, nah, you ain't doing
No,
that.
they start charging you. Like when you had like excess money, they charge you to be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But he
why.
can't.
You
They said he
gotta put everybody. You gotta put your assets in somebody else's name.
100%. All right, guys, we finna get ready to sign out this thing, man. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank everybody for tuning in. Anything y'all want to say before we get out this thing?
Yeah.
Peace, thanks for watching.
Yeah. Shout out to them MPs in New Zealand, man. I love y'all for that.
All right, guys, we signing out this thing. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Hey, did you